Most of the time, I think I have a fairly thick skin. It doesn't upset me if a video gets some dislikes. I don't mind if people want to criticize me in the comments either, as long as their criticism is substantive and shows a modicum of respect for my dignity as a human. If I'm going to put my videos out there on a platform like this, I have to expect that not everyone is going to agree with me, and someone who knows more than I do might call me out from time to time. I'm totally fine with that. What I'm not fine with are ad hominem insults that don't even engage with the video's content. That's a person acting in bad faith, and I don't have to accept it, even if it's pretty much the default interaction on social media. If someone comes into a store and just starts throwing merchandise on the floor, guess what? The manager is going to kick them out. Same thing with the comment sections of my videos. The majority of my videos are at 100% likes, even if this screenshot's not representative of that. I think it's just that what I do here is so niche that people aren't going to bother watching my videos or even find them in the first place if they're not mostly interested in what I have to say. Even the videos that aren't at 100% are almost always in the 90s. But then there's this pair of videos I made in the same week in May. I don't think I was rude or dismissive in the videos, but I also didn't pull punches. Both of those bases had problems that were specific deal breakers for me. The Sire felt great to play, and the overall build quality was excellent, but it had unacceptably noisy pickups. And the pickup routings weren't big enough for standard jazz bass style replacement pickups, so I was just going to be stuck with them. The Sadowski really broke my heart, because I absolutely loved that finish, and I was blown away by the thoughtful design of both the nut and the bridge. In many ways, it was one of the nicest basses I've ever tried, and I gave it an overall really high score. But ultimately I simply had to return it because of two major issues I couldn't live with. The plastic battery compartment cover wasn't and couldn't be properly shielded. Interference from my phone in my pocket came screeching through my amp at rehearsal. On top of that, it had sharp fretboard edges and semi-hemispherical fret ends that I found made the neck extremely uncomfortable to play. I stand by the fact that I could not tolerate the problems I encountered with either of those basses. Returning them was the right decision for me, and letting people know about those problems via my review videos was also the right decision for people who share my priorities. But Sire and Sadowski have some loyal fans who obviously don't share my priorities. These are the two most disliked videos in the history of my channel. They have way more views than most of my other videos, so maybe it was just reaching an audience that is not into what I'm doing and hasn't seen any of my other stuff. That's possible. But unless the recommendation algorithm is highly brand specific, I would think that the audience seeing those videos would be pretty similar to the audience seeing the immediately preceding pair of videos about the Fender Acoustasonic Standard Telecaster. Those videos about the Acoustasonic have roughly double to triple the views and much higher like percentages. What's the significant difference? Is it because I'm talking about Fender instead of Sire and Sadowski? Is it brand loyalty? Or is it the fact that I was mostly praising the Acoustasonic? As it happens, there was a technical issue with the Acoustasonic too, and I spent a big chunk of time in one of those videos addressing that. But unlike with Sire and Sadowski, it was something I could fix, and I ended up keeping the guitar. So was it the fact that I found a constructive solution instead of criticizing and returning the instrument? Sometimes returning bad gear is the most constructive solution. I do find it interesting that my follow-up video about the Sire has 100% likes, and an order of magnitude fewer views. Maybe I just need to feature Dr. Gnome in more of my videos. Well, that's all I have to say. Please let me know in the comments how wrong I am about everything.